Abortion is a lonely proposition. To Renee Arnold, it is the most devastating experience that a woman can face. Renee had an abortion when she was 17 years old. She talks easily about it now, but there was a day when Renee struggled to keep her secret, fearing that people would reject her if they knew the truth.
I remember feeling it was so easy. We sat there looking at all these different people, wondering why, other people were doing what we were doing. And we went in and I had the abortion. I remember that the doctor was, it just seemed so informal. He just was in and then just left, and it was so fast. And I remember wishing that it would hurt. I remember thinking this was supposed to be the answer. It was supposed to be, I was supposed to feel better now, and I didn't feel any better at all. In fact, I felt like I had murdered somebody, I had taken somebody's life. And I remember just laying there wishing that it had just, I really almost wished it was like a coat hanger. I wish it had torn me and hurt because I didn't feel anything. My emotions were just hardened, they were just deadened, and I remember just, I almost couldn't even cry. And I didn't even skip a beat. I got right back in the next day and hardened my heart and just began to get back cheerleading and dancing and all those things. And the thing that really stands out to me was how it wasn't the answer. If anything, I had created a whole new set of problems. Because if I had had that child, that little baby could be here right now. That little baby could have been experiencing life, and here I thought that if I couldn't have the child, that nobody could. I made the most selfish decision I'd ever made in my life. To take the child, I murdered that child just for the ink, so I wouldn't be inconvenienced for 2, 3 months, 5 months. I look back and I wish that I had that child. I wish that that child could be experiencing the life that I have now. But that child will never be able to experience that because of the selfish decision that I made.
Renee has long been interested in drama and dance. She was in plays during high school and involved with dance companies at Michigan State University, of which she is a graduate. In the last several years, Renee had been looking for a way to express her experience that dreadful day in the abortorium. The result is this chilling dance of death. you able to talk to me about this today?
No. Well, when I gave my life to the Lord, Jesus came and he said, Renee, I want to forgive you of that too. I remember thinking, Jesus, you can't forgive me of this. This is too big. And he showed me that he died on the cross for my sin, and that when he died on that cross, that my little sin, even though it was so big and it affected me and affected the life of someone else, that he still could forgive me of that.
You're 25 years old now, and this happened when you were 17 years old. How did you come to grips with what happened, and how were you able to forgive yourself?
Well, until about 4.5 years ago, I was never able to forgive myself at all. In fact, I remember every relationship I had afterwards, that was the most important thing. You know, I've had an abortion. Will you still love me? And I remember, though, when a girl shared with me here on this campus, and I remember the first thing I shared with her, I said, I've had an abortion. Like I knew that she'd just write me off. But she sat there and she just loved me and accepted me for who I was. She knew that God was big enough that he could come and he could set me free from the bondage that I had been in, the emotional turmoil that I had experienced with that unforgiveness. And it wasn't until I saw that Jesus Christ would forgive me for my sin, that he desired, that he wanted to. He was just waiting for me to ask him, waiting for me to come to him and offer him my life, that he would come and he would forgive me of my sin. And 4.5 years ago, I repented. I got down and I said, Jesus, I ask you to forgive me of my sin. And I ask you to forgive me for killing that child. And he took that child from my hands. I gave that child to him, and he took that child, and I know that he's forgiven me and released me from the hatred, the self-hatred, and the loneliness and the despair that I had felt for so many years.